Hello class, this is Kara Spuler, and this is my final presentation for art appreciation on Frida Kahlo. Why did I select this artist? I selected Frida Kahlo for my final presentation because I admire her unique work and have always viewed her as a feminist icon. I find her paintings to be intensely personal and very vibrant and beautiful. I would love to one day see one of her paintings in person. What style or period of art does her work belong to? Frida Kahlo's work is often considered surrealist, though Frida herself fought against this affiliation. She never officially joined the surrealist movement. She can even be quoted saying, "They thought I was a surrealist, but I wasn't. I never painted dreams. I painted my own reality." Others view her art as mainly expressive, and her art is known for being able to convey her emotions, mainly her sadness and anguish, to the viewers of her pieces. What was her medium, and what were her processes? Frida Kahlo's medium of choice for most of her works was oil. Most of her pieces were oil paintings, including one of her most famous paintings, Self-Portrait with Thorn Necklace and Hummingbird. Her process changed greatly after an accident in her young adult life, which left her notoriously bedridden for a long period of time. During this time, as can be seen depicted here, Frida Kahlo would continue to practice her art while lying in her bed, even though it can be surmised that she was in an insurmountable deal of pain during her recovery. What were her influences? Many know at least part of the famous and tragic accident that greatly influenced Frida Kahlo's artwork. In 1925, a bus that Kahlo was riding with a friend collided with a streetcar, resulting in a horrific accident. Frida herself was impaled by a steel handrail which fractured her pelvis and her spine, leaving her bedridden for a long period of time. It was during this time that Frida Kahlo began a period of introspection and began painting during her recovery. This period in her life inspired her first self-portrait and other famous works, such as the Broken Column. What were her most notable or important works, and why were they influential? One of her most notable and attention-grabbing works is the Broken Column from 1944. In this painting, she expresses her inner pain in what many consider to be a horrifying way. This work was influential because of the raw anguish it expresses, paired with her partial nudity. According to PBS.org, originally she had painted herself entirely nude, but later chose to cover her lower half with a hospital sheet. Though her sadness is apparent, her motivation for this piece is supposed to be one of spiritual triumph. Though she is crying, her eyes are staring straight ahead, as if challenging onlookers to face her situation. How successful was she, financially and in terms of critical recognition? Her artwork kept her financially stable throughout her life. She exhibited in New York and Paris in her early life, and throughout her later life, she became internationally recognized. She made many friends in high places in the art society, such as famous surrealist André Benton, Pablo Picasso, and Marcel Duchamp. These connections, paired with her raw talent, might be able to account for some of the success she had. She was also married to Diego Rivera, a Mexican painter famous for his frescoes. What is the importance of her in history of art? Though it wasn't until the 70s that Frida Kahlo became an icon of the new feminist movement, her artwork left its mark in the history of art, specifically under Surrealism and Expressionism of the 1930s and 40s. Her expressive artwork, mainly her self-portraits and her life in general, became revered in the feminist movement and has inspired many modern depictions of her in pop culture, even to this day. This mural, which can be found in Buenos Aires, Argentina, is just one of many examples. What are the most interesting facts from the life of Frida Kahlo? Though she suffered with her health throughout her life, contracting polio as a child, and then having her accident, Frida was known for using this pain to pursue her passion. One demonstration of her courage came near the end of her life in 1953, when she received her first solo exhibition in Mexico. Though she was too sickly to stand and died not only a year later, Kahlo arrived at the exhibition via ambulance and spent the evening enjoying her exhibition and chatting with those in attendance from a bed that was set up in the gallery just for her. Kahlo was a very unique individual with a unique life. She was born and died in the same blue-colored house in Mexico, which was affectionately called Casa Azul. As a tribute to Kahlo, Diego Rivera, her husband, donated the Casa Azul in 1958, as well as all of the artwork created by both him and Kahlo that the house contained. The house was then created into the Frida Kahlo Museum. Much of the interior has been preserved just the way the Kahlo family had it in the 1950s, making the space a popular tourist attraction that allows visitors a look at her work, life, and personal artifacts, including the urn that holds her ashes. When Frida Kahlo was asked what people should do with her body after she dies, it is said that she responded, "Burn it. I don't want to be buried. I have spent too much time lying down. Just burn it."